I'm Marc Dedola. I'm the CEO of Dedola Global Logistics. I'm the second generation. My father started the business in 1976. Joined him a few years later. He was still a one-man show at that point. He was quite a bit of a risk taker. He moved the family from London, where we were living, where he had a very good job, and he decided to start a new business. He was an entrepreneur. His background was in logistics, only from the other side. He was the importer. He worked for department store. The last company he worked for was the May Company, which is like Macy's. And he was in charge of all of the international flow of goods. After a while, he decided that he thought he could do maybe a better job than a lot of the vendors that he was working with. And started out by representing an Italian and a Spanish freight forwarder, which he had forged a relationship with. They each gave him a retainer to try to build the business in the Los Angeles area. And that's how he got it going, and started knocking on doors and teaching me along the way. I was with him mostly from the beginning of the company, and my brother Stephen joined not too long after I did. He convinced me by telling me he needed my help, and I was still going to college at the time. He made sure that everyone knew that we were not just shuffling paper, that we were responsible for the goods, and that we needed to be better than our competitors, because the expectations of our clients are that we are on top of everything. Because of that basic philosophy and culture, everyone in the company uses technology in a more powerful way than he even imagined was possible, because that wasn't available at the time. But it started with that culture, and I credit my brother Stephen a lot for this. Well, working in a family business is challenging, and it's also gratifying. My brother Stephen and I largely see eye to eye on the way to run the business. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't, but we usually come to an amicable solution. Most times cooler heads prevail. One of the things we have on our side is that we don't hold grudges and stay angry for long periods of time and so forth, and actually don't get too angry that often. We go through our periods. Well, now my sons are also working for us, and that's kind of a joy for me. They're impressing me in ways that I didn't know all the talents that they had. They had their own business and they joined the company. But so far with them, it hasn't been any challenges. I just make sure that I treat them like I treat everyone else, and make sure that they live up to the standards I've described. But that's not too tough either. So I think I'm very fortunate in the family that I do have. I know that a lot of family businesses have greater challenges than we do. My primary responsibility through a great deal of my career has been business development, sales. I've done everything at the company from janitorial work to where I am today. If I were to say my greatest strength is that I listen, and that I make sure that people know that I'm listening, and that I appreciate what they have to say. We have a fantastic staff of people that have been working with us for many, many years. So everybody's quite dedicated. So from a challenge standpoint, it's mostly to do with find ways to get in the door and to motivate staff to find new ways to do that. There's a lot of competition out there, and I'd say the biggest challenge I have is getting people to listen, because I know once they listen, if they're the right match, if they're a good fit, then we'll be an asset to them, and they'll be happy that they work with us. Sometimes that takes months or years. One of my joys is after a long effort in getting new business to come on board, talking to the clients a year later or a month later, and I said, see, I told you. Logistics is an ever-changing, dynamic industry. I get a kick out of solving problems for customers. We actually look for companies that have more challenging dynamics, because that's where we bring the most value. And I get excited about that. We take advantage of all the tools that are available to us, and we bring them to bear on any given situation. And we listen to our clients, and we come through to them in significant ways. And I think that they feel it. Our clients stay with us for a long time. We seldom lose clients. If we do, it's even more seldom that we lose them because of some sort of service failure. It is a pride that I have, and a lot of it has to do with our use of technology. But once again, technology is only as good as the people using it, and our people learn it and are dedicated to utilizing it in the most effective way.